currently 28. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Braglis. Tonight, a man charged over the death of a young woman at Redwood Park. The police commissioner back at work after the tragic loss of his son Charlie. The cost of convenience, how much card surcharges are stinging you. And former Port Adelaide champion Warren Treadway wins a divisive board election. But will he back the coach? 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
FIVEAA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
5 minutes past 3 on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and we're live on the Facebook and YouTube live stream thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. And trust me, you want to get on it today because we are going to be cooking a very special recipe. This is what we do on a Friday. I don't know what's happening here. I'm pressing. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to Foodie Friday with Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen. Thanks to Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor.
Chris Jarma, maybe you should come over here and press the buttons for me as well, because you're not doing enough over there on that side of the studio.
Oh, it's all happening here today. So I've got the frying oil. So and in my recipe, I do talk about, like, when frying with oil, be very careful. So you need to focus. Or if you've got a little electric fryer, it's perfect. So today, it being Chinese New Year tomorrow, and I'm sure we all got friends that are celebrating Chinese New Year or love going out for Chinese New Year, I thought I would bring back the fried ice cream. So I've teamed up with Golden North, and I'm I want to teach you all how to do fried ice cream. So as a kid, it was one of my favourites. Oh,
me too. And I've always wondered how they do it. How can you put something in boiling oil but keep it frozen?
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a process to it. So the first thing you need to do is get your ice cream, put some gloves on, and scoop some balls. But you want to form a ball about the size of a tennis ball.
Okay.
And then in my recipe, I talk about freezer go-between, which is basically plastic sheets. I buy the Glad brand. That's what I use for banging out my schnitzels. I use it for lots of things. It's good for freezing things if you want to keep them separate.
Yeah.
Roll that around the ice cream bowl in the freezer.
So you roll the sheet around it?
Yeah, that's just to protect it in the freezer.
Okay.
And then I, luckily enough, have a lovely, my manager, Cynthia, and she used to work at the West Lakes Palace back in the day. If any of our listeners have been there, it was like one of the go-to Chinese restaurants in the western suburbs. And I remember talking to her. I said, I've got to do this fried ice cream as one of my recipes. What was the secret back then? And, I know it gets crumb, but she goes, no, the key to this recipe is your everyday, buy it at the supermarket, Madeira cake. So
they are good for something.
Yeah, I've actually never bought one on their own. They've got a lovely, unique flavour. So all you do is go into your local Foodland or Drake's and get a Madeira cake. I'm pretty sure they would be made by Balfour's, I'm assuming. And then we just want to crumble the Madeira cake into what it looks like soft sponge biscuit crumbs. And this will become the protective coating to the ice cream, along with giving it quite a unique flavour as well.
Okay, so you're just getting in there with your hands. You're just pulling the Madeira cake apart.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, okay.
And now I'm just going to duck over here to my freezer.
Okay, you go do what you've got to do. So just so I can paint the picture, if you're not on the Foodland Supermarkets live stream on Facebook and YouTube, get on it. But if you're not, Chris has basically brought in an entire kitchen. He has a little fry pan, a pot here with oil he's boiling at the moment. He's got a freezer chest over there with some ice cream in it. Okay, so you've just taken out your ball.
I've taken out my ice cream ball and I'm pressing the Madeira cake onto the ice cream.
Oh, and so you haven't put anything around the ice cream. You're just pressing the cake onto it as is.
So this will become one layer.
Because usually when you crumb something, you use a bit of egg wash or something else.
So you're spot on there. So once you've done this, you can prepare all of these and they will go back into your freezer.
Oh, okay. So he's coated the pre-frozen ice cream balls in crumbed up Madeira cake. He's run over to his little freezer and he's put it back in. I've got to tell you, this is a real production, so jump on the
All
YouTube
right.
live stream.
So then it's time to crumb. And same as if you were crumbing chicken schnitzel or risotto balls, we want some fresh flour, some egg wash, which is your milk and a few eggs whisked up, and then I like to use fine breadcrumbs. Mm-hmm. So that, ideally, the Madeira cake ice cream ball would go back in the freezer for a few hours or overnight, even better if you've got the time. And then flour, egg wash, crumbs, and then we're going to go back in the egg wash, back in the crumbs.
Okay, so separate plates.
Yep.
One has flour. Any particular flour?
Plain flour, yeah.
Plain flour.
So in my other recipes, I call it a crumbing station. So we would have a crumbing
that.
station at
Yeah.
work. So we would have flour, egg wash, crumbs.
Just a whole egg, or do you use
No, 3 eggs
white
and a little cup of milk.
Yep, okay. Flour, egg wash, crumbs. And you use fine breadcrumbs, did you say? None of this panko stuff.
For this recipe, I use fine, but
Okay.
there's plenty of other things that I use panko for. So now we are ready, almost ready to fry. So I've got a little electric stove here, and I've got some canola oil in there. You can use vegetable oil, canola oil, or if you're not allergic, you can use peanut oil, like a non-flavoured. Like
yeah.
Some peanut oils are really strong in flavour, but some don't have that distinctive peanut flavour.
What do you make of coconut oil?
I've never fried with it. I have used it for some other things, like I think in protein balls you put coconut oil.
Yeah, I don't love it, but it does seem to be, it's sort of the rage at the moment with TikTokers and the like.
Has it got a high burn temperature? I'm not sure.
Oh gosh, you're asking the wrong person.
Okay, so if there's anyone celebrating New Year's, get on Chinese New Year. Let us know what you
Yeah.
plan to do and how you're going to celebrate. Okay, my oil is at 188. Just going to
Okay.
turn that off straight away.
Okay, so you've got it to 188. He's had a little thermometer in with the canola oil as the hot pan was on. So it got to 188, and now you've turned it off?
Yep.
Yeah, he's turned it off.
Here's my crumbed ball.
Okay, so that was after you did the Madeira, then you crumbed it with the
Yep.
flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs. Okay, now he's placing it into the pot of oil, and you placed that very carefully, I see, so there was no splashage.
Yep. So we're trying to not get oil anywhere. So all we want to do here is just get some nice golden colour on our fried ice cream.
Yeah, so see, this is where I worry, because you've got really hot oil, and now there's ice cream in there, so how long until the ice cream melts?
Oh, look, it's minus, that little freezer there is actually minus 17, so far so good.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Josh has done some research. Coconut oil has a smoke point of 204 degrees.
Yes, that's pretty high, isn't
That's
it?
high?
Yeah.
That's very high. So does that mean it would be good to use or bad to use?
Yeah, good.
It'd be good
Good
to
for
use?
frying any meat or fish. All right, that looks golden enough for my liking.
Okay. So you just eyeball it. You just say, yeah,
Yeah.
that looks... Oh, yeah, that does look good.
So,
That's quicker than I thought.
on some paper towel,
Okay.
turn my fryer off, so
Yes,
we're
thank you.
safe there
Thank you
now.
for that.
And look, you've seen those Instagrammers and TikTok when they do the crunch test. So I always like to do the crunch test.
What's it called? ASMR?
Okay, so simple plate up with the
Oh, that does look good.
fried ice
Very
cream.
golden.
We're just going to place that on our plate. And traditionally, if you went to a Chinese restaurant, they would serve it with like a caramel topping or a chocolate topping if you prefer.
Yes.
But
Can you-
I've made my own caramel sauce here.
Can you swap those plates over, please, just
Yep.
for the camera so we can... Yeah,
you go.
perfect. Yep, great.
So I just want to give this a nice glaze.
Yeah, so what have you got there? What sort of
So
sauce is
it's
that?
just sugar and water with a little bit of glucose.
Who needs anything other than sugar, right?
So sugar with sugar, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So I've got a lovely ball of Golden North vanilla bean ice cream, and I'm going to put a little cherry on top there.
Look
And
at
then
that, and the cherry on top.
I'm going to take a photo here.
Such an Instagrammer, I love it.
But yeah, that's it. And it's
Wow.
reasonably simple.
That
Now,
looks cool, I love it.
So if someone wants to contact Rowie, he can come in and eat it. But while he
Oh,
is...
why do you keep doing this? Why do you offer it to Rowie? I'm
you can
standing right here.
I'm going to cut you
Yeah.
some too, sorry.
Thank you, thank you.
But-
Cannot deprive me of the food.
What has Sam and Jamie paired with?
Yes, well, we might get to that
break?
because I'm really excited to see what the team at Powers have given us for a drink after this.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The 2032 Olympics will be held in Brisbane. The mayor of the area said the redevelopment of the Gabba for the 2032 Olympics is dead, buried and cremated. Now that's a full stop.
Well, hang on. What are they going to do then? They've got the Olympics.
Rowie and Timmy G.
When you bid it, how would you not know we have to get the Gabba up to scratch?
4 p.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Austrac Campers' space-saving designs mean you can stretch out in a luxury king-size bed that your queen will still steal the covers off, honey. Oh.
Austrac Campers!
Not all of us are lucky enough to call the hills home. We enjoy space, we seek change, we choose to discover what is on the road less travelled. And when you turn off the freeway to Bridgewater, you'll discover the home of Nissan in the Hills. Adelaide Hills Nissan has the full Nissan range right here, from the Qashqai to the Navara and everything in between. Take the road less travelled to Nissan's home in the hills. Adelaide Hills Nissan, since 1954. Mount Barker Road, Bridgewater, LMVD 325189.
When you want a retractable door screen, you want uninterrupted views and natural ventilation combined with protection from insects. You want Phantom Screens. Our custom-made retractable door screens can be colour matched to your existing decor and span up to 7 metres wide. And they disappear out of sight when not in use. A screen that's there 1 minute, gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, let the fresh air in with Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
Hi, I'm Peter Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Our summer stock clearance sale is on now and you'll save up to 40%. Save on our comfortable leather and fabric sofas, sofa beds, recliners, dining tables, dining chairs, including our Australian-made collection. Be part of our massive summer stock clearance sale and save up to 40%. But hurry, sale ends this Sunday. At Berkowitz, we're not just a furniture store, we're a furniture family. Mile End Homemaker Centre and online.
At Coles, there's great value hands down across fruit and veg this week. Like delicious 100% Aussie avocados, just $1.30 each. Just $1.30. Get great value hands down at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Those summer nights. You go outside, the family's asleep, crickets chirp, and all is good. The stars shine down, and Pool's asleep, snuggled under her Walco blankie. She's warm, not evaporating, and you're warm in your heart because you're saving bucks. This feeling, it's called Walco. Walco pool blankies, liners and rollers, making a real splash in SA.
If you want to save serious money on your hot water bills, get off the gas. I know what you're thinking, but gas is better. Not anymore. EcoVantage can show you how a heat pump hot water system can save you up to 50% on your water heating costs. That's up to 50%. It's a huge saving. And now it's more affordable than ever to make the switch. Get off the gas to heat your water and get onto EcoVantage. EcoVantage.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
At 19 minutes past 3 here on 5AA, and jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream because Chris Jama has already fried his fried ice cream. Rowie's in the studio with us. Rowie, you're looking intently, wondering
Before
what's going on there.
Before I talk about the matching
Stacey, I could
drink,
smell it. I could see it. I'm in.
I'm gonna cut it in half.
Oh, hold on, I need to see this. Let me.
Well, how come
Look
the
at
ice
that.
cream didn't ooze all the way out?
Yes, it didn't melt in hot oil.
Because you had it in hot oil.
Is it because he didn't leave it in the oil for too long? Is that why?
Hang on, my piece is bigger than Stacey's.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have the big one.
There you go.
Go on. Mine's
right.
bigger than yours.
Now- While you have a little
Probably
taste
is,
test,
yeah.
I want to talk about like Chinese New Year and like, there's
Yes,
some
please.
great places to celebrate Chinese New Year in Adelaide. Vietnam down on Addison Road do a massive street party. Probably booked out, but they do a good job down there. City Zen, they have the Dancing Dragon. Vietnam have the Dancing Dragon. Ming's on Guja Street, the other end. Tea Chow. So they have these little red envelopes, and you put the money in there. And when the dragon dances around the restaurant, you put that in there,
And put it in his mouth.
brings you good luck. And another thing they
How
do...
much money does the dragon want from you?
Oh, those guys, I think, they do it for nothing, but they must get a good lot of money in
Yeah.
there.
Oh, so that's a donation to them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and it brings you good luck?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
So
this
is
is
it the Year of
delicious.
the Dragon?
So this year is Year of the Dragon.
This is elite.
Another thing that you might get at the restaurant is called a prosperity salad, which is it's a big salad that has raw fish, sweet potato, radish, carrot, jellyfish salad, coriander, ginger, peanuts, sesame seeds.
Oh, wow.
And what they do is they put it in the middle of the table, and you'll grab your chopsticks and throw it around and mix it.
Oh.
And that brings you good luck.
Oh.
But I did speak to I was actually doing some banking on Guja Street today, and I spoke to my Chinese bank teller.
Yeah.
And she said, no, where we're from, they celebrate with dumplings. And then they put a coin in one of the dumplings, and then if you get the dumpling, you get the best luck for the year.
Oh, that's like the Greek New Year's cake.
Yeah.
We have a cake that's got a coin in it.
I was telling about, and the Christmas cake, some people used to put a
My
penny in
nanny
there.
used to put a threepenny bit in there. Used to bite it and lose a tooth.
Okay, let's get to the good part.
Yeah,
So-
but before we get on to the booze,
This is elite.
Rob in Highbury wants to know, how long do you put the ice cream balls in the ready-to-fry oil? I missed that. Rob wants to know.
Oh, that would literally have been 30, 45 seconds max, yeah.
So that's how they stay frozen, right?
so
Because you need to get the oil hot enough.
You're just cooking the outside, the crumbed part. You know, you want your oil nice and hot, 180, 190, just till you get the colour and you're good to go.
Rob, it wasn't long at all. He put it in there and you were stirring it with the spoon to make sure it was all cooked
roll it
evenly.
around a bit with a little serrated,
This is so
perforated
good.
spoon.
What's
With
the
golden North.
syrup on it?
So I made my own caramel syrup.
Oh, that's nice.
But you can taste that Madeira cake in there.
You can, yeah.
Is this Golden North ice cream?
It's Golden North ice cream,
knew
yeah.
it. I knew it.
Yeah.
So you can
Love 'em.
actually go on their website, because we did a huge photo shoot to making this dish, and all the stages will be on their website of the actual making the ball,
great idea.
crumbing the ball. So if you want to recap, you can go on there.
Well done.
So
All right, now, Parafield Airport Liquor, as always, have the perfect partner for every dish. So what has Pals chosen to be our beverage matching with
so
this beautiful deep-fried ice cream today,
perfect.
Chris?
The boys have selected a lychee liqueur or flavoured spirit. So it's Soho lychee flavoured spirit. Actually, I've got this at the restaurant behind the barn, and a lot of people, you can have it on its own just with some ice, but you can make a lychee martini. So I'm going to make a martini.
Oh, I love
What
a
is it?
martini.
I do too. What is a lychee?
A lychee, yeah.
It's a fruit. It's the best fruit in the world.
It's got it's like a rambutan. The rambutan has sort of hairs around them, but the lychee, it actually looks like dragon skin.
It's like a spiky ball.
So the
Gee, this is
Don't give
getting
me that
awkward, this
face.
conversation.
Don't give me that face.
Got hair on it and it's spiky.
It's a spiky little hairy ball.
I'm going to
No,
try
you want to eat it. It's going in our cocktails, Rowie.
No, I've got his garnish.
Oh,
You-
okay.
You can
all
have
right,
that
all right.
one.
Well, you don't
All right.
spit it out. Eat it now.
I'm going two shots of lychee liqueur.
Okay.
And then I'm going 60 mils of vodka.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, is it a vodka or a gin martini?
Yeah, so vodka. And then I've got half a shot of vermouth, sweet vermouth. So,
Sweet?
So like Cinzano.
But you had the white one there because there's a
the
red
white,
sweet as
yeah,
well.
not the red one, the white one.
White sweet,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I've got 60 mils of lime juice.
Well, you're gifted. You've got them all. Look at that.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
so
I'm
prepared,
all
isn't
And
he?
this, is this going to be shaken and not stirred?
Yes, exactly. James
you,
Bond.
James
Ready?
Bond, you.
Okay.
Here we go. I love that sound.
Have a look at
That is what I want to hear on a Friday afternoon.
Have you eaten yours yet?
Yeah, I'm eating it.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's delicious. You're done.
Okay, so I got my little
How good is this?
cocktail shaker, and we're going to pour that into the martini glass.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
There
And
we go.
you refrigerated the martini glasses as well.
Well, yeah, they were in the little Gold North freezer.
A real
so
pro.
That is, yeah. So normally, if you're making a martini, you put the ice in the glass. Then you tip the ice out so the glass is nice and frozen. There you go.
Thank you.
Is there, when you drink a martini, and some might have an olive in there, some might have a...
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Stacey. And this has got the lychee. Are you meant to leave that in there and eat that the last, or you eat it the first? Because I always eat it the first.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I'd go straight away, yeah.
Do you? No, I save it to the last.
Okay.
So, because then it absorbs all the alcohol. So then at the end, it's the...
My Linda always asks for extra green olives in her martini.
Oh, that's a nice little drop.
It's good, isn't it?
It's got a nice little whack in it.
Citrus.
Yes. You could. This is very Moorish.
Yeah.
You could woof this down like Aperol spritzers.
Yep, and we will.
Would I be able to drive home tonight?
Yeah, you're right. It's just
Well, I knock off at 6.
1.5 standard drinks.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I might need to hang around
That
the
is
office
nice.
a bit before
That's
I go home.
Very good pairing.
Oh,
It's
thank
good,
you.
isn't it? Yeah, it's good with the ice cream. That's why the boys at Pals know what they're doing.
That's it. So, yeah, if you want to celebrate Chinese New Year,
That's what
make
you do.
some fried ice cream and a lychee martini to wash it
wow.
down.
And so tell us about the Soho liqueur. It's from France, but they use Asian lychees. They distill
Yes.
down the Asian lychees.
Distilled in France, yeah,
Yeah.
natural Asian lychees available. The clarity and transparent liqueur is deceptive to the array of sweet natural flavours, a perfect representation of a pure ripe lychee. Normally $38, but $34.99 on sale till
Powers.
Sunday.
They're the best powers.
How good are they?
Lychees, do we make them in the Riverland?
Do we grow them?
No,
We grow
I
them?
I don't think
We
we
import
grow
them.
them in Australia.
No?
I don't think
Alright.
so. But correct me if I'm wrong. If someone knows,
Maybe
8223
Darwin
0000.
or Queensland, lucky.
Yeah. They'd need to be in the tropics, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Do
They
you
don't
know?
taste Australian.
No, they don't, but they're so good. And you know how I said they're little spiky hairy balls?
Mm.
Because they're my favourite fruit. Do you know my mum used to peel them for me and put them in my lunchbox at
Really?
school? That is how much she loves me. She'd peel them and put them in my lunchbox. Do you do that for your kids, Chris?
Oh, Linda does the lunchbox, but
Linda-
she's done some
she
crazy...
would do it.
Yeah, yeah.
She would do it.
I used to have to peel grapes when I was apprentice.
What?
Grapes.
What for?
To go on this quail dish. Yeah, it was like the...
Oh.
yeah.
Gee, you'd have to have delicate fingers.
Oh,
or big nails.
you'd have to, like, with a little paring knife, and you peel little strips of
Oh.
skin off the grapes.
So you're keeping the skin, or
No, you're
keeping the grape?
So when you eat the grape, there's no skin.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So, yeah, that's next level.
That
gourmet.
is next level gourmet.
That
But that's what you
is.
get. Fancy made easy.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's
Jarman's
why
restaurant.
you do that and I don't. Just drink the lychee martini you make
Yeah.
for me.
That is outstanding. Cheers.
No worries.
Cheers.
Cheers,
big
yeah.
ears.
Cheers.
Did you get one? You didn't get one. You were just drinking water. Oh, you got
No,
some?
no. There was
Oh,
a-
did I steal yours?
No, there's a bit left in
Oh,
the shaker.
sorry.
I'm trying that.
Oops.
Oh, that is a very nice.
Sorry,
little-
not sorry. It's good,
It's a
isn't
very
it?
summer drink, isn't
And
it?
this is so good. I like the little cherry on top of the ice cream too.
Yeah,
I
see,
love.
I didn't
okay,
get the
so
cherry.
they're maraschino.
Oh, sorry.
There you
I
go.
stole your
No,
cherry.
no, I'll eat this lychee.
They're maraschino cherries. Perfect
Mm.
garnish for a fried ice cream.
Do you think it's weird that Americans call it lychee?
Do they?
Not lychee, they say lychee.
Yeah, but they're weird.
They are, yeah.
And there's a few things they say.
They carry guns.
And a lot of them.
Like coriander, cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
So,
They do. And they call capsicums peppers.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
And what's pumpkin squash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, they got different pumpkins and then there's another one.
Well, they think the world's flat as well.
Zucchini. What do they call zucchini? Probably courgettes. No, that's French.
I don't like zucchinis.
No?
What? Why?
Oh, they're just dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Zucchini is a good alternative
It's a-
to
It's a
pasta.
business term. Zucchini cucumber. Just don't like those two things.
Okay.
That's gone over my head.
Yeah.
I probably don't want to know what you're talking about, do I?
I've had a cocktail. It might be time for me to leave.
Okay.
We'll be on after 4.
Yeah.
Jarman's Kitchen, love it. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks, Rowie.
Yeah.
Simple, made easy.
Thanks,
and we're
Stace.
going tuna fishing next weekend.
Yes, can't wait.
Save the
Are
state.
you? Oh, well, that's what's on the menu next week.
Yeah. We'll cut up some.
Well, yeah. Could do. Sashimi.
Definitely.
When you say you're going fishing, do you actually go fishing, or is this just an excuse to go on a little road trip and stay somewhere and go to the pub?
I've been begging him to take me.
Yeah.
I've never been tuna fishing, so I get my tuna from my supplier.
I used to do that when I was young. I'd say, I'm going fishing, and I'd go down to wherever I'm going with my mates. I'd open the cockle bag, just tip cockles on me, so when I get home I smell like fish. But I spent the whole time in a pub.
You had to wash the booze off
naughty.
first, though, didn't you? You'd have to.
There's some home truths. But we will be really going fishing.
Okay.
You will do a tuna dish because you do tuna beautifully.
All right, we'll do some show and tell to prove it.
See you after 4.
See you after 4. Looking forward to it. And you've got Treaders on after 5 too.
He got voted in
Didn't he?
with a majority of 50.9, 199 votes, a record amount of members voted. He is a vote for change. Just strap yourselves in this 12 months.
It's going to be fun.
Well, I actually said this. He's got his presser at 4. I said as a vote for him, a vote for Ken Hinkley being one day closer to getting sacked.
Yeah. And? Is it? Do
Well,
you
I'm
reckon?
going to ask him. Well, I don't think
Oh,
it is,
you
but I'm going to ask him.
Does the board sack the coach?
Yeah, they do.
But
100%.
not one member.
Boards make decisions. They're
Yeah.
a collective. A board runs your club. The executive work in the club, but they run it. They make the decisions. And he's
Surely.
one of those decision makers.
It'd have to be a unanimous vote, though, wouldn't it?
Well, of course it would, and I'm not saying that would happen. I think Treasures would be fantastic for that board.
It'll be a fun chat. You don't want to miss it after
do.
5.
We got him on at 5, live. Done. Thanks, Stacey.
Done.
Well done.
Easy.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Rowie. All right. Thank you, Chris. That's
Thank
delicious.
you.
I'm still eating the ice cream. A martini sitting there. I can't wait to finish that. That was beautiful. And happy Chinese New Year if you're celebrating over the weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. And anyone else's.
That was Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen for Fruity Friday, thanks to Smeg and Pals. Building or renovating, your first choice should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors. Taste the difference with Smeg and Pals, the home of all of Australia's great wines. And as we've learnt today, liqueurs and anything you need, they've got it.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. The opposition says its concerned defence is losing confidence in the federal government. The US President insists he's still qualified to run the country after a Justice Department investigation questioned his mental state. Wallabies star Kurtley Beale has been acquitted of sexually assaulting a woman in Sydney. And all-rounder Michael Neser has been named in the 14-man Australian squad for the 2-match Test series of New Zealand later this month. Sunny today and for the next few days, a top of 31 tomorrow. Currently 28. More news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
IKEA is here to turn back to the grind into time to unwind. IKEA family members can enjoy a fresh start with 20% off all mattresses. Joining is free and easy, so make it happen today with IKEA. Offer ends February 26. Terms and conditions apply.
Australia's largest indoor caravan showroom now has even more to explore. Come into Dave Benson Caravans to see the new range of Victory caravans, plus a huge selection of Essential, Highline, Network RV and Cub campers with new features and layouts. We have over 100 new and pre-loved vans and campers, all undercover and all ready for immediate delivery, so you can enjoy your next getaway straight away. See what's available at Dave Benson Caravan, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn, or online at davebensoncaravans.com.au.
Now is the ideal time to experience one of the world's greatest train journeys, from the top-end Darwin all the way south to Adelaide. Holiday Wonders has a special allocation of 7-day top-end packages for prized high-season dates between May to August. The offer includes your airfare to Darwin, accommodation, dinner cruise and full-day Kakadu tour. Then it's all aboard the 4-day GAN expedition to Adelaide with all meals and beverages, plus off-train experiences. It's all gold class. Book now at holidaywonders.com.au.
I'm Brett Buckley from Ray White Business Sales. We've been with 5AA now for nearly 5 years. We noticed that fairly early, probably within about 4 to 5 months, we started to see some good quality inquiries coming through that were directly from 5AA. From our experience, I would highly recommend advertising on radio firstly, but more importantly on 5AA. Not just because of the reach, not just because you can get to your target market more effectively, but purely because of the collaborative experience that you'll have in ensuring that your marketing dollar is best spent.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
Parties, weddings, big events. What do they all have in common? Pals. You know your pals want to have a good time, but what will everyone want to drink? That's when you need to speak to Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals will make sure you've got the right type of drinks, the right amount, and best of all, We'll make sure you've got the best labels that will keep everyone talking about your event. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
I was just doing my job. I didn't think I'd get injured.
The doctor said it was a routine procedure? Right.
The car came out of nowhere and it smashed right into us.
At DBH Lawyers, we're here to listen to your story. Our team of local South Australian lawyers will help you navigate the law and find the best way forward. We're with you. We're for you. We're DBH Lawyers. dbh.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
At 25 minutes to 4, thanks for your company on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We're still live on the Facebook and YouTube live stream, and you might see me still eating a little bit of my deep fried ice cream that's left over, but I won't do it right now because I've got another story to bring you. There are calls to reduce the speed on some parts of Glen Osmond Road. If you've travelled up or down Glen Osmond Road, you know how busy it can be at times because it's where all the traffic from the freeway goes through. Up to 26,000 vehicles travel through it every day. And some Unley councillors would like the speed limit reduced to 60 down to 50, but it's only in a certain part of Glen Osmond Road. It also has the support of the local MP, David Pizzoni. He's the member for Unley, and he joins you now. Good afternoon, David Pizzoni.
Hi, Stacey. How wonderful Adelaide afternoons have been since you've been on the air in the afternoon.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. It doesn't mean I'll go any easier on you, though. Don't.
It's actually every Unley council. It was a unanimous vote, and I think we need to go back probably 30-odd years in Unley. Unley was the first city to have 40-kilometre speed zones in the side streets, and I was very supportive of that at the time as an Unley trader because we lived in Unley and business in Unley, and we had young children at the time, and we were very pleased that people had time to break when they were travelling in the side streets because they're only doing 40 kilometres an hour. Locals love it. People that don't like it are those that are what we call the rat runners, people that are trying to get somewhere in a hurry and use the side streets to do it. But we're not particularly worried about that because it makes the quality of life better here in Unley to have those slower speeds. And the same thing with our arterial roads. I mean, it's a factor of being in a suburban part of town that people drive through your suburbs to get to the hills or to the further south. But that shouldn't be to the detriment of the lifestyle and the facilities and amenities that can be affected if an area is unsafe to visit for pedestrians or if schools are unsafe at crossing points.
Yeah.
And so this is only 1 kilometre of Glen Osmond Road. And it will also make the difference with outdoor dining. At 60 kilometres an hour, you've got to have bollards. At 50 kilometres an hour, you don't need to have bollards. So it makes it much cheaper and much more attractive for businesses to offer outdoor dining. And with the apartments that are going up on Greenhill Road and other arterial roads as part of government's plan to have more inner suburban opportunities, the shops are filling with restaurants and with services rather than things for sale.
And so you say it's the proposal is for a 1 kilometre stretch of the road. So it's Glen Osmond Road between Greenhill and Fullerton Road. So that's the busy part for anyone who goes through. If you go through that area, you'll know it. It's the intersection that's just been done up where it's the Arkabar, the Frueville Foodland, Parkside Hotel, and then there's some commercial businesses on the other corner. So it starts there, and then when you continue down Glen Osmond Road, it's where it's the street is lined with shops and restaurants. There's also a couple of schools, St. Raphael's School and Parkside Primary. I think there's a kindy there as well. So it'll be for that 1K stretch where the main shopping retail precinct is.
Yeah, and one of the things, whenever people go to Sydney or Melbourne, they comment on how much strip shopping there is and what that does for the atmosphere and for opportunities for locals and people to visit. We have very little strip shopping here in South Australia. We're very fortunate in Unley. We do have Gould Road, Unley Road, Glen Osmond Road. We have the parts of Fullerton Road where there are strip shopping. And with the also with the change to more people working from home, we've seen the inner suburbs just boom with empty shops being filled. And so things have changed. People used to drive through these suburbs. Now more people live in them. There's a lot more foot traffic. There's a lot more people that want to sit around and have a coffee outside, have a meal outside. Kids getting to and from school, they've got to cross the road. One thing that's unique to South Australia, I'm working on trying to change, is that you can be going through National Highway 1 in Victoria. You come to a school, and if you have a modern car, your car will tell you that you're entering a school zone, and there are signs to reduce speed, even on a 110 kilometre road. Here at main arterial roads, there is no audio alert that you're coming across a school zone. And so people that might not be familiar with that area might not know that a child could be popping out from the footpath.
So how does that work in a new car? Your car will talk to you and say you're going through a school zone.
If you go past a school in any side street or any feeder street in Adelaide, you'll get a if your car's 5 years old or less, you'll get an audio. You're entering a school zone. That's what will happen on most modern cars. Yep. Now, if your car's not doing that, you might want to set it up to do it.
Oh, but no, mine's too old. Mine doesn't even have cruise control, so I don't think it's going to have that.
But the important thing is, this is about pedestrian safety. It's about amenity for those that live nearby, those that visit, because with the expansion of experiences being sought by people. I can remember it wasn't that long ago when people used to focus on what they bought. Now it's actually they're focusing on the experience that they're having with what they buy, and so that's seen more people eating out, more people socialising, and fortunately we've seen a lot of empty shops in what used to be strip shopping areas that had died coming to life again.
That's the voice of David Pizzoni. He's the member for Unley, and we're talking about a request from Unley Council to reduce the speed limit from 60 down to 50 k's an hour for a stretch of Glen Osmond Road. If you know that area, we're talking about the bit between Greenhill Road and Fullerton Road. So it's that really busy part where there are a couple of schools and lots of shops and a pub as well. Can I pick up on something you said earlier, David Pizzoni, that when it's 60 k's a limit and you have dining outside, you need bollards, but if the road was 50 k's, you wouldn't need bollards. I don't know about you, but if I was sitting outside on that stretch of Glen Osmond Road to eat, even if the cars were only able to go to 50 k's, I'd still want some bollards. It wouldn't feel overly safe to be sitting outside and eating on that main bit of road.
But you won't see them. You won't see them on. There's some bollards on Unley Road, which is 60 kilometres an hour, but generally you won't see them. You won't see them on roads throughout Adelaide. You won't see them on Jetty Road. You won't see them on King William Road, Unley Road, Gould Road, where it's 50 kilometres an hour in the shopping strip. It's just a quirk of the regulatory environment.
Yeah. Okay, so this request has will be put to the state government. I'm reading in Daily that the government says, or the Transport Department says, they're yet to receive this proposal, but they have received a proposal, another proposal from Unley Council to reduce the speed of Unley Road from 60 down to 50 k's.
Yes.
Do you also support that move?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm working with Wolford School at the moment to try and get a reduction in speed at their crossing, their pedestrian crossing. I mean, a lot of people drive past Wolford not even knowing that it's a school there, and so they're not aware. And even back to those audio alerts, that anything we can do to help drivers be aware that there are pedestrians and particularly children in the area, the safer it'll be for people who are using the footpaths and crossing the road.
Yeah, I have always wondered when it comes to school zones here why there's not set times for the school zone speed limits to be enforced. It kind of just says drop down to 25 k's when children are present.
It's almost as though you've got to stop them and ask for their ID to see if they're 18 or under.
Yeah.
No, with that I can tell you how that happened. It was here in South Australia when those signs first came out that somebody got a speeding fine for going through doing faster than 25 kilometres an hour at the designated time, challenged it in court and won. And so the government's reaction at the time was to just put when children are present rather than looking at how they could rejig the legislation, because you just have to go across the board to Victoria and it tells you what time.
Yeah, exactly the times, yeah. It's a bit ambiguous here.
Yeah, that's right. It tells you at that time,
the
school zone.
Slow down.
And at that time you can only do, I think it's 30 kilometres an hour there.
Yeah.
But here it's when children are present, which means they could be a family crossing the road on the weekend.
Well, we're talking about speed limits on Glen Osmond Road and Unley Road. Dave in Clarence Gardens has called in. Hi, Dave.
G'day. Here's an idea as well on Unley Road. Stop and parking on it.
Oh.
You got a 2-lane road and it goes down to 1 lane. It's just impossible.
And I can see you're trying to navigate it at the moment, Dave.
There's that car that talks to you, see? I timed it well for you.
The crazy voices in your head.
Just a thought, that was all.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Dave. David Pizzoni, what do you think about that idea, getting the parked cars off Unley Road?
No, definitely opposed to that. It would just be devastating for the strip shopping here. One of the things that makes Unley such a desirable place to live is the fact that we have the strip shopping. If people can't park in front of to pop into a shop, they'll drive past and won't do it. So the parking's important. As a matter of fact, there was a recommendation a couple of years ago when we were in government for Unley Road to have the clearways extended starting from 3 p.m. And finishing at 7 p.m. And I wrote to the then Transport Minister, Stephen Crenol, had put the case that this would be devastating for the shopping strip on Unley Road, and he agreed, and we still have the original clearway time of 4:30 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, we've got another question as well. Stephen from Unley's called in. Hi, Stephen.
G'day, Stacey. G'day, David. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you, Stephen?
I'm all right. As you know, I've been living in Unley for a long time. I just think you're on the right money with these reduced speed limits. I think I travel Unley Road nearly every day, and I've got to tell you, when there are cars parked on the side of the road, and you're trying to go down on the lane next to the lane closest to the footpath, it's almost impossible to negotiate. And I think if you reduce the speed limit, you're going to reduce the danger.
Yeah, and I think you raise a good point. There was a plan back in about 2000 to alter Unley Road so it responded to peak hour traffic by having 2 lanes in and 1 lane out in the mornings and reverse in the afternoon. That was funded, by the Liberal government at the time, and then that funding was thrown out when Mike Round was elected. It's something I was looking at last time we were in government, but we weren't there long enough.
Why not just make it all one way? Go back to our one-way freeway idea. Inbound in the morning, outbound in the afternoon.
It's quite common as cities mature and they get bigger for lanes to change depending on the direction of the traffic. But an area where there's been a significant difference in a big city, Sydney. I don't know if everyone's familiar with Sydney. Surrey Hills used to be a place of empty, derelict buildings because it was nothing more than a whole lot of side streets that became main roads to getting cars in and out of Sydney. Then they built the Eastern Distributor, and the suburb was returned to Sydney-siders, and it's now a very, very desirable place to live. So it really is about managing the situation, or managing the traffic.
The traffic in Sydney, I'm sure, is something that people in Adelaide don't want to see, that's for sure. David Pizzoni, member for Unley, thank you very much for coming on the program today. Appreciate it. 11 minutes to 4 here on 5AA.
Celebrate the first anniversary of South Australia's free print digital publication and website for the new age, 50 Plus SA. Read 50 Plus SA's exclusive interview with South Australian of the Year Tim Jarvis and explore a selection of SA's finest food, wine, art and travel experiences. Grab your copy today or read it online right now at 50plussa.com.au or subscribe to the weekly newsletter so you never miss a beat. 50 Plus SA, proudly supported by 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
This summer, step up your off-road camping game. Step up to independent coil spring suspension and reinforced shocks. Step up to a Red Arc battery management system. And step up to all the mod cons. This summer, step up to an Oztrack camper.
A sloth can slow down its heartbeat, allowing it to hold its breath for 40 minutes. You can slow down, relax and take a seat for as many minutes as you want in a compact director's chair from Aldi for $59.99. With a bamboo armrest trim and a fold-away side table, it's special you can buy at the Aldi Caravanning Sale this Saturday. Range differs between stores while stocks last. Aldi, good, different.
The Unley Road Association presents An Evening Under the Stars, a magical outdoor concert featuring Adelaide's leading cover band, Supernova. Bring a rug or chair, relax and enjoy this free, family-friendly outdoor event. Dine on Unley Road beforehand and top up with food stalls and light refreshments at the event. Come along and support local Unley Road businesses and the Jodie Lee Foundation. An Evening Under the Stars, Saturday, February 10th at Unley Soldiers Memorial Gardens from 6 p.m. Show starts 7:45.
What could change everything for you? For Jess, it was a unique spoon. For Ravi, a remarkable pair of glasses. And for Graham, a wheelchair with a difference. Items that gave Jess, Ravi and Graham more independence. All discovered at the store that changes everything. What will you find at Novita Tech, Australia's largest in-store assistive tech experience? Now open at Hindmarsh or shop online at novitatech.com.au.
There are three kinds of people in life, Dave. TKD trade members who get trade pricing and benefits at Toolkit Depot. TKD club members who get discount pricing. And those who don't know it's free to join.
No.
Yes. Sign up now at toolkitdepot.com.au.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And Business SA and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between Business SA and Ray White Business Sales SA, they're bringing all their experience to your business, making sure it's in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. So go on, touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA, proudly partnered with Business SA.
Hi, I'm Peter Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Our summer stock clearance sale is on now and you'll save up to 40%. Save on our comfortable leather and fabric sofas, sofa beds, recliners, dining tables, dining chairs, including our Australian-made collection. Be part of our massive summer stock clearance sale and save up to 40%. But hurry, sale ends this Sunday. At Berkowitz, we're not just a furniture store, we're a furniture family. Mile End Homemaker Centre and online.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
7 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. I've got a couple of texts from you asking for the recipe of the deep fried ice cream that Chris Jarma cooked in the studio just after 3. Head on to the 5AA website. The recipe will be up there for you. And just a reminder of that news we've been bringing you throughout the afternoon.
Just a bit of news coming out of Port Adelaide as well. Of course, we're waiting to see who would get this board position between two of the greats, Warren Tredrea and Bruce Abernethy. The vote was tight. Warren Tredrea has just won.
Yes, so that's Andrew Hayes reporting it on Channel 7. You know him from Nova as well. But yeah, Treaders. He's on the board, and he will be on with Rowie and Timmy G on the sports show After 5, so you don't want to miss that, one of his first interviews after being appointed to the board. Now, earlier we were talking about Glen Osmond Road and this idea to reduce the speed limit from 60 to 50 on a 1 kilometre stretch. David from Adelaide's on the phone. Hi, David.
Hi, how you going?
Good. What do you think about this idea?
Look, I drive down there every single day, and I've never heard such a ridiculous idea in my life. So the solution is to get rid of the cars, because it's the main road into Adelaide. So you've got trucks, cars going down there. You want to speed the traffic up and get it through there as fast as possible. And his second point about we want to reduce it to 50 and have coffee tables out there. No one wants to sit on Glen Osmond Road watching the traffic go by.
Yeah, I'm a bit...
Get rid of the car park.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I don't think you'd want to sit on Glen Osmond Road no matter what the speed is.
Exactly.
So what do you mean get rid of the cars? You mean parked cars?
Get rid of all the car parks along that road.
Yeah, okay.
No parking and get the traffic moving.
All right.
You want to reduce inflation? Get the traffic moving.
Okay, well there you go,
Time
David.
is money.
Thanks for the call. That's David in Adelaide. Now, earlier today we were talking about childcare workers going on strike on March 8 on International Women's Day. 8223 0000 is the number if you'd like to talk about that. Steve from McLaren Vale has given us a call. Hi, Steve.
Hi. Yeah, I'm just ringing up. My wife, she used to do childcare, and our eldest daughter did childcare as well, and they really loved doing it, but in the studying they did to do it, but they really appreciate it. But I think it does need to be paid a lot more than it is, but not by the parents, though.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part, isn't it?
I think the government needs to chip in, and I know it's hard, but they do need it, and the ones that really love doing it, they get appreciated by the parents, but a little bit of extra money wouldn't go astray.
No, yep. I'm with you, Steve. Hey, Steve, stay on the line. We'll get your details because I've got a double pass to the Man from Snowy River on March 22, so you can take your wife or your daughter or whoever you'd like to take along.
Oh, I'd love to take my wife, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Well, enjoy it.
Great. Okay, you have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Steve. That's
Thanks.
Steve in McLaren Vale. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon and this week. Stay with us because Rowie and Timmy G are on with the sports show. Thank you to Josh for his help producing throughout the week. And just a reminder, Warren Treadray on After 5 with Rowie and Timmy G, one of his first interviews after being appointed to the Port Adelaide board, so you don't want to miss it.
We know what you get up to in bed. Reading, scrolling, binging, and the other stuff. Complete Comfort designs beds you can adjust for every activity. They have active zones you can adjust